Okay, Saturday, it's hot out. Gotta get this garden ready, and therefore the time has come. The time has come to move these chickens. Hey guys. The plan is get them out of here. I'm going to take their little hut that we have. This is the simplest solution. So I'm going to just take kind of the setup we have here, including the netting. Okay, and I'm going to bring that all the way down. Food forest down there. There's some shaded spots, there's some trees. Feeder set up, hot with a hopper. I've got a water for them. I've got a hose down there. And then this netting is gonna go down. This hut, water is coming down with us. So I'm gonna get started here. I think my first step is gonna be moving the water down. I don't wanna move their hut until I'm pretty much ready to move them. So just the water, and then while I'm down there, I'll fill up the water and fill up the feeder that's down there. And then when I'm on my way back up, I'm gonna get another fencing so that I can kind of surround them in a new fence while I take this poly fence down. It's not electrified or anything like that, but it doesn't need to be. So I'm gonna take this fence down to the orchard while I have them kind of contained in another fence. But I need to get that in the red shed, and I need to go down to the orchard anyway, bring this water and fill up the feeder that's down there. The area we're gonna put them. This is a pear tree. That's a pear tree down there. I think we'll just kind of have the fence go along in a circle here, and then that right here is their feeder. So that lid just goes on top, and it's wide enough so that it keeps the rain out. So I gotta kind of like clean this out and then put a bag of food in there, and then I'm gonna put their feeder really close to here right now. Maybe I'll put it under this tree so it just has a little stability, and then I'll put their water somewhere over here. I'll have to figure out where I can get a hose easily. The hose connection is up over here. New plan. This feeder is gonna get cleaned out. I'm gonna move it up to where we have the top of their pen, which is gonna be over here, and then I'm gonna put their house underneath probably this tree or to the side of this tree. That way they get some shade throughout the day, and then they'll have this shade from this tree, shade from that tree, and like some spots in here, some shaded spots. So I think that should be good. And then their fence will probably just end up just below this tree, wherever the netting gets me. But food and water are gonna go right up here. This is where the fencing is in this guy. Lots of stuff. We love our short storage sheds here. So whatever's easiest to get out of here, I'm gonna pull out and put them in this temporarily while I get the netting set up in their new place. And then the last thing I'll do is get them down in the new place, and then get their house down, because they'll have shade and food and water. All right, while I'm down here, I'm gonna go do my chicken chores. Chickens are over here. Lots of food in there. Okay, so I got this fencing. Bring it over here to the chickens, and then my next step is replacing this poly fence with this fence, just temporarily, so I can just keep them happy and contained and they don't like run away while I set this poly net up at their food forest. And then I'm probably just going to carry them down each individually. That should be a fun time. Okay, taking down poly fencing always becomes a circus because I don't know how to keep it all straight. It always starts fine, but then halfway through it gets tangled and my arms aren't like long enough to deal with it, I guess. I don't know what the problem is. It's definitely a me problem. Okay, let's build a fence. Okay, here's the masterpiece. I'm gonna get some stakes and kind of pull these tight, and that'll pull everything good. But I went around, there's a big rose bush there, I went around it. So water, food, fence around both of these pear trees, and they'll have shade over there. That's where I'm gonna put their shelter, is over in there. So time to move the chickens down. I'm gonna do it, I think, one by one. Okay, we did it. Now I'm gonna get their house down here, and I'm gonna use the T-posts that are around to like just tension their fence a little bit, and that's it. We're moved, yay! The chickens are gone. Here's our new red shed garden. Empty. Let's fill it. Rake out all this dirt, get it even. Then I'm gonna map out my pathways through the garden. I have a bunch of cardboard. I'm gonna lay the cardboard down and then mulch on top of that. That'll be my pathways. And then I will at least have garden beds. If I'm able to get anything planted in there, I will. Okay, step one done. Step two, I changed my mind. Step two is gonna be marking out my paths throughout the garden so I can get in and out without stepping on all my plants. Marking out the paths and putting mulch in those paths. And then what I'll do after is use the broad fork and weed everything out. check out my garden. I did it. If you can tell in here, but I made paths out of mulch. And then in between the paths, like this, that's a garden bed. This is a garden bed to plant in. I don't think I'm gonna get to planting, unfortunately, today. Maybe some things. However, Chad needs my help, so I'm probably gonna help him. But so, I'm standing in a garden bed right now, but it comes all the way up here, and at the tip is where I keep all my perennials. So I've got some asparagus, and I've got some, hopefully will take rhubarb, and then all these mess of flowers, like irises are coming up. But so from a walk-through perspective, it looks really nice. It'll look nicer once I have this actual garden dirt dug up and fluffy and things planted in it.